So we have our attributes here. I like to dump as much vigor as possible, so that's why most likely you'll never see me max out knowledge, agility, and might. I went bare minimum knowledge 230 is just to wear Cuttlebone standard. Um, and then I like ornate armor the best, and that requires 137 might, so I go to 140. I think I've got might or percent attributes somewhere on one of the pieces of gear, but the base value is 140. This is the way I like most of these energy regen characters being set up. It's just 230 knowledge to wear a Cuttlebone standard. The Moondisc shield requires 224 resolve, but you'll get that just by dumping knowledge and might and vigor. Might I go 140 so where I can wear ornate armor for level 45 here in the Northern Peaches update. And then I dump vigor after that for health. That's just my style. Alright, in Rogue, definitely Scattershot, and you want to do Shadow Dagger to get the spell effect. I toyed around with some of the rest of these, but I ended up going with Rupture as my main gimmick mechanic for this build. So Shadow Dagger, and then I just maxed out Rupture. 1 point into returning projectiles because you kind of have to. You can put an additional point into it, but you can tell that the damage increase is negligible if you keep going up. So I just leave it at 1 and just dump the rest into additional proj. You're good. The only other thing we use in here is the aura for percent poison damage, and I make it cost -10 energy, and the mark just because you kind of have to. Usually with most rogue builds you'd want to use vanish and mark at least 1 point into each. I can't use vanish because it's a blessing, and I'm already using the valor blessing on warfare, so they share a cooldown. So we're doing mark, and I just kind of dump some points into weaken. If I dumped any skill points off this build, it would be mark, just because I hate extra button pushes. But for now, it's fine. Warfare, I am using the valor just for a damage boost, button push, a bunch of extra damage, and a bunch of extra damage. That's it. And then the aura, definitely using resistances. This is really good for a lot of characters. Just it's 5 capacity points, and it just gives you, it solves half your resistances right off the bat for every character. That's immensely good. And then just some energy regen. That's all I needed on this character is just energy regen wherever you can get it. That's most of the characters I build right now. That's what I do. Passives, the main ones are just going to be spell damage, poison damage, and rupture stuff. That's pretty much it. Like, I don't care about the crit. I just took it for the flat damage. This is just damage and cast speed. Poison chances is fine, or yeah, poison damage, extra spell damage, and then on the rupture, we like the percent rupture damage, but we also like the flat rupture damage. So this gives you extra flat rupture damage on all ruptures, and it's doubled against your mark. So your ruptures do percent damage and flat damage, which is why we want as many hits as possible. We want as many projectiles, and we want them to return. So you'll see the cone goes out and it comes back in. We're just wanting number of hits on enemies, with bosses especially. Every time you can trigger your rupture, that's just flat damage and percent damage, which is amazing. So number of projectiles, number of hits is what we're going for. Warfare has the same thing with its rupture. We do extra true damage per rage, and normally you're not generating rage with this, but since you're warfare, a lot of you know you can just go rage on kill on your passive. So as long as you're farming and not boss killing, if you're out there farming just enemies, then most of the time you'll have a good stack of rage going, just for free. So that I dumped into this to get some rage, and then gave it the extra helper up top. So that's my concept for a rupture based scattershot reaver. Thank you for your time.